Brandon here from View Audio. I'm the House of Worship Director. We are at actually my home church in Ramona, California. This is Mountain View Community Church. This is the first Sunday we will be without a crowd and be doing either live streaming or pre-recording. We're going back and forth right now. That's a decision we're going to have to make here. We are in the process of switching everything over to do a live or broadcast shot here. So we just wanted to give some ideas on things to remember before you do a live stream or a webcast or something. Number one is, if you're running ProPresenter, you probably have a CCLI license. Just make sure that your license is up to date on actually live streaming music. The cheaper live stream CCL or the cheaper CCL license does not actually allow you to live stream. So just make sure you're legal there. With CCLI gives you, at the live stream license, gives you licensing to rebroadcast any music that CCLI license, which is most all Christian music these days, almost all of it. But do remember that you are still not licensed to broadcast non-Christian music or non-music that is not under the CCLI license. Also, if your church likes to do movie clips, video clips, TV clips inside the message, that's a big no-no too. We just did a live stream test on Monday at a church in El Centro, and I had music playing in the background, and Facebook shut me down within 5 minutes because I was not licensed to shoot that music out. So keep that in mind when you're doing your web streams. It's not a they do have their people looking into that these days. Next is just figure out what you want to do. We are probably going to pre-record and then post that to YouTube, because that gets us that we can control the signal path all the way to the computer. With live streaming, we can control everything up to the second it leaves this building and hits the internet provider. And where we're in the mountains of San Diego County on the east side. Our internet's pretty good, but it can drop out. And if you're in the middle of a live stream and it drops out, that's the end of your live stream, at least for that moment. Where if you pre-record it and post it at the end of the night, you can have all of your social media accounts point to that during the service times, and that kind of eliminates the internet issues. Next is how you want to do the recording. Most all churches are set up to record some type of pastor's preaching. We do it on a Vimeo recorder. We just record the pastor preaching. That's all that gets posted on our internet or on our website, sorry. But now we are changing, and we're going to do the whole service. So as you can see, we're in the process of setting this up. We're going to have no one in this building except a couple pastors and some of our tech guys. So we are actually going to have the main PA in here turned quite a bit down, and we are going to be doing a submix out of these View i8As, which are my personal i8As. We have them mounted on poles. We're going to hook them up to a matrix mix on this M7CL. The M7CL works great for this because a matrix mix works just like an aux mix, so we can mix it down on itself. We'll be doing mixing from the near fields and also with headphones just to double check it. But that's a great way, especially with live music. You never really want to take a front of house mix and dump it straight onto the internet. It can have issues with the rooms. The drums will sound weird. EQs are weird. And if your church is going to if they're not having a live service, but they're going to record it, there's not going to be people in the room, I do recommend re-EQing the board and re-EQing the mic channels just to make them sound better for broadcast. All right, just a quick walkthrough on our plan here at Mountain View to do this webcast or pre-recorded cast, I guess you want to call it. Our setup, like I said, we're using an M7CL. I'm coming out of one of the Matrix sends, and it's being mixed down separately. We run a software called Air Fader, which actually lets all of our bands control their in-ear mixes separately on the stage from an iPad. What I will be doing back here is actually mixing that Matrix send separately from our main PA mix. There'll be no one in the room, so we're not really worried about what the front of house sounds like. But we do have some band members at our church that really like to get the feel of the room, so we will have the PA running. I do recommend turning the PA down if you have that ability, because it will make your webcast sound much better than with it fully running on an empty room in here. So what we're doing is we're actually taking this is how we get music in for our headphone or for our walk-in and playback music. I'm going to be using this same adapter. I'm going to flip these around with a, I think it's a male to, or female to female changer. We'll be coming out of the matrix send out of the board, straight into this Magwell. Think of what it's the actual technical name. I can actually show you the box here. USB capture device. We bought this on Amazon this week because we don't have one, and so our plan is camera will HDMI directly into this. Audio will come out of the console into the audio input of this, and it will connect to our iMac here. And we will go directly to either Facebook Live or YouTube Live. We may be running a software called OBS, which is a great software to use. It kind of takes over the computer and does the handshake between Facebook and YouTube, or YouTube and Facebook, and what you have running on your computer takes that and does all the conversions correctly and kind of locks it down a little better. You don't need OBS to go to Facebook Live or YouTube with these. They are viewed as a webcam on your computer, so it'll go directly to it. But sometimes if you've got the ability to run OBS, I do recommend it. Another good option for churches with when you're going to this internet-based service now is, if you notice in here, we're a big sanctuary and there's going to be no one in here. We're going to have a full band and a pastor on the stage preaching, but we have also looked into maybe moving it into, we have a fireside room and a church's office, or maybe even building a living room set, because it's a great time, because instead of having a pastor and a worship team ministering to 200-300 people, you're actually doing it one-on-one if you think about it, because people are going to be watching this on their computers, in their living rooms, sitting in their houses. So it's almost a one-on-one message. It's a good time to maybe try to break down that performance aspect of church and try to do a one-on-one. If you have a couple pastors that talk back and forth, it might be a good time to do some question and answers, stuff like that. It's an interesting time, but it's also a good time to maybe change some things up, see what your church can do with your current gear. Well, I think that's our setup for today. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us here at View Audio. We are speaker manufacturer, but all of our guys are out in the field. This is my church. I'm the technical director here on the weekends, so we know what we're talking about. Been doing this for a long time. My email address is brinas@viewaudio.com. We'll also probably put a link down below. And if you want to call our home office, they will direct you to anybody that you need to get a hold of. That number is 760-520-1069. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully you guys can get your services up and running this weekend and get through this crazy times we have. God bless.